So black men, we sort of knew this was coming. Black women were gonna fire back and make fun of Jeezy for filing for divorce from Jeannie Mai. And it's been going all over the comment threads on the Shade Room. They've been going on Neighborhood Talk. Everywhere you see it, black women have been mocking Jeezy for marrying an Asian woman and then divorcing her within 2 years. But I would have to say some of the most shocking information comes from Cynthia G and her take on what happened.
Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here and talk about Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. As y'all know, the news just dropped that Jeezy filed for a divorce from Jeannie Mai after a very short time being married. Even though this story just dropped, I have a lot of people in my comment section asking me to talk about this and give my opinion on it. And I do want to do that, although I don't really care for Jeannie Mai or Jeezy. I've spoken about them before and used them as an example of how these bandits tend to date down, how men of no colors discarded goods is always seen as a treasure to bandits, how bandits use these relationships as a weapon against black women. And I've also talked about the pathology of these preferences who are discarded throwbacks in their community. They are seen as not having any value or desirability. So they come to the one community where they know that the males will worship anything that is not black. They see them as a sucker to be licked and a bag to be finessed. And that's what Jeannie Mai is. She is the discarded goods of a man of no color who knew that even though she doesn't have any value to the men that she actually prefers, which are men of no color, she can come into the black community, get put on a pedestal, get praised, worshiped, and seen as better than the women who give life to the very men who would choose to slum with her. And I've also said that when Jeannie Mai entered into this relationship, I believe she entered into this relationship not because she had a genuine interest in Jeezy, not because she liked black men, because at the beginning of this video, you saw that throwback clip of Jeannie Mai saying that she likes her dark meat on the side and that she prefers men of no colors. So black men are not her first option. Black men are the males that she will fall back on when she's been discarded, when she can't get the man that she wants, when she needs a come up, and when she's in a position to where she's paying a man of no color alimony and really needs some money. And that's why I think Jeannie Mai came into this situation, not because she had a genuine interest. Because understand that these women don't really like these bandits. They see them the same way they see you. In the same way that these bandits see black women as something to be exploited, a way to come up, a group of women that they can finesse, the only ones who will embrace them when they're down and out. These preferences see these bandits the same way. They can sit up here and tell you that they're the most desired. They can sit up here and tell you that there's a ton of non-black women who want to respect them, marry them, have children with them. But at the end of the day, they have limited options.
And of course, you know, that's from her video, Jeezy filed from divorce, and guess who's quiet now? I mean, all of these no talents are always still on my titles, but it's okay. Dusty! But I want to deal with what she's talking about, because this whole idea that these black men are bandits and nobody wants them and these guys can't get anybody is because they don't really have any options. And that's very interesting because, again, yes, Jeezy did get married to somebody. Yes, they did get divorced. But there are plenty of celebrities that get divorced all the time. Raymond Santana and Delicious got divorced. I mean, who knows? Tyrese Gibson and Samantha Lee got divorced. A lot of people get divorced. And we do understand it would have been better if Jeezy had dealt with a black woman for some of us, but they got divorced. But my question is, all of this animosity towards Jeezy, who got married to somebody out of the community, my question is, do you sisters have that same animosity towards black women when they get divorced from white men outside of the community? Do y'all say that? You guys don't say that, okay? Now, when Robert De Niro divorced his black wife, what did y'all say? Huh? Grace Hightower. Samuel's a girl, get all his money, girl. Get his money. Get his cash. Get his money and get his cash. Y'all wasn't making fun of her when she got dumped for being a user, were you? No. But again, this is the case. And the same people out here who are trying to call black men dusty, hey, they got pregnant by people here on YouTube. Listen to that. They got pregnant for people here on YouTube after being with them for 3 months and got pregnant. Who was that? Can I get a drum roll, please? That was Cynthia G.
Oh my God.
Dusty. Let's play that clip, shall we?
In the history, I've done that. So what she's ultimately doing is she's putting out some text messaging, and granted, the things that are in the messages I did say. I would never go back on the stuff that I said. As a grown woman, I have no problem admitting to stuff that I said. I said some things out of anger during a certain time. And so what's going on is this is being framed in a certain way to basically say that I met a man, Rob, and within 3 months I chose to go get pregnant by him. This is what is being said. Now, the thing of it is that this is not the case because, like I said, this person does not even know if I am currently pregnant because I have not spoken to her in a while. So she wouldn't know, she wouldn't be able to validate if I was still pregnant or not. She would not be able to do that because, again, I have not spoken to her. But I would not lie and say the text messages and the stuff that she's showing is not true, because it is. And those things that are things that I've said, I said them in a certain context. That context is not being shown, of course, because when people want to show a certain narrative, they're going to show a certain narrative. So I'm being told that I'm a hypocrite. I'm being told that I've somehow chose a man who is a dusty beta male. I understand that I said certain things and messages out of anger. And like I said, I don't have a choice but to take responsibility for that because I did say certain things. Now, do I think that this man is a beta male? Absolutely not. Did I meet him and then within 3 months decide and plan to be pregnant by him? Absolutely not. I certainly didn't do that. But there is a text message where obviously I did talk about some conversations that we had, and I did say that we had a conversation about that. And that's because I met him and spoke to him and learned that he was a very intelligent man. I liked his character. I still like his character. That's just a reality of what it is. I do not quantify him by the amount of children he has or the amount of women that he has them by, because quite frankly, he is the most active father I've ever seen in my life. I've never met a man who was I've never met one who was more active or involved. I never met one who would do anything to make sure he's there to support his children. That's just the reality of what it is. And so if people are quantifying somebody being a dusty beta male based on how many children they can have with how many people, then they're going to call him a dusty beta male because they don't care about anything. They care about the fact that this man has children by more than one woman. So that's why they're quantifying him as a dusty beta male.
So do you hear all of that dusty beta male, dusty this person, you're a bandit? But this lady here laid up with the guy after 90 days and got pregnant by one of those bandits who didn't even marry her. And Jeezy, albeit he did get married to a lady outside of the community, and you say he has no options, and maybe he don't have the options that you think he does, but clearly he got married. Whereas the guy that got you pregnant didn't get married to you at all. He made you a baby mama and then he bounced after 90 days. But here are these same ladies making fun of black men when the reality is, yes, okay, black men can have issues, and that's true. And we can accept that. But for some of you ladies out there, your lives are even worse than the black men you are insulting. Like, how can somebody like Cynthia G and some of these ladies in the comment section who have kids by black men who wouldn't even marry them have the audacity to come for somebody like Jeezy, somebody who's a millionaire, somebody who at least got married? You know, there were not people like her who ended up marrying a guy, stop the show. Never married. The guy already had 5 kids by multiple different women. You became like the 6th kid. And so it lets me know where your value is. So as so many of you ladies out here who are talking about Jeezy, and I get it, it is sad because again, for him to do this and it didn't work out after 2 years, yeah, it does seem to be a problem. I completely get it. And you would be right. But here's the next question. Are you somebody that he would have been worth marrying? I mean, because I concede to your argument. My question is, do you concede to mine? Are you the sort of black woman that a black man could be marrying? Because not every black man who's dealing with non-black women dislike black women. If I'm not mistaken, one of the ladies that Jeezy was dating for many years was Keisha Cole. And we all know the problems that Keisha Cole has with people. Okay? She's the same person that went out after being with Daniel Gibson. She was then with Jeezy afterwards. And then she ended up with, what's this guy she got a baby by? I forgot this dude that she got a kid by. Some little short guy who's hella younger than her. Nico Kale, something like that. And, you know, and then she ended up with Antonio Brown. So you mean to tell me that she's marriage material? I don't think so. So the question is, for you ladies who have so much to say about Jeezy, I mean, his life is going to go on. What about yours? Are you going to be out here talking about struggle bandits on YouTube, but getting pregnant by them at the same time? Don't be a hypocrite. Can I get a dun 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 sound effect? So guys, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all you. Discover the belt. We're out.